know what I just said. For those who came with us, everything is okay.
Hello ladies and gents, the common test has just dropped in, and along with that for the next patch is the next set of personal missions. Now you may or may not know I created my website to help players achieve getting the premium vehicles in the long awaited backup by explaining what the missions were, what tanks I used, and hints and tips on how to do them. And I'm going to be doing the same for these next three vehicles. The next three vehicles being the Excalibur, the Chimera, and the Object 279. Now, what is different about these missions? Well, there's a number of different things, and we're going to go through them now. So, the missions themselves, all missions have a specific type of condition completion based on the operation. Now, there are a number of different operations for each different vehicle, and there's a number of different fronts that you can work them on, but there's ways that you can complete them. Now it says in one battle, a cumulative, or in a number of battles, but that is specific to the vehicle you are working on. How does that work? Now I'll show you. So if we go to the Excalibur and we click on the award, it says, for example, Union full cooperation, complete the primary condition for an unlimited number of battles. So what you have to do is assistance. Enable your allies to cause 15,000, I'm not reading it very well, 15,000 hit points of damage to enemy vehicles. However, what it says here, these missions are a cumulative type. A player will have to complete these conditions in a number of battles. Primary conditions, in unlimited number of battles, the results of each battle are added together until the required result is reached. So you keep going until you've done 15,000 hit points of assistance, and then you move on to the next one. Okay, so that's the accumulative way. What else is there? Well, we'll go on to the Chimera. Win a battle, destroy an enemy vehicle, capture the base, or defend the base when playing in the assault mode. And with this one, these missions are where the conditions should be completed in one battle. Now I've had a look through, so the Excalibur is accumulative. The Chimera is over one battle. Now it doesn't have the details yet for the Object, but what I'm assuming with the Object, it's done over a number of battles. So you've got to participate in a number of battles to do that. So we'll go back in on through. That's what we've looked at, the missions here. How can we track the progress? Well, the progress can be monitored in battle. They've got a progress indicator, as you can see here. The progress on missions of the second front campaign is displayed in the battle interface. There are a number of restrictions as well, so particular missions have additional restrictions that should be counted in a battle. So a certain time of fulfillment, a limited on their minimal value, for example, causing less than the required damage will result in 0 progress to the main condition regardless of the actual damage caused. And also if you use the tab key, you can monitor what is going on as well. So looking at the conditions as well then, the mission can provide both common conditions and limitations that will be applied to you during the completion of the mission. So that would be either the vehicle type or the formations. So if we look at the vehicle type, it says here, particular missions can be completed only on specific types of vehicles. Models and nations are not counted. Or a part of missions require the vehicles to be of specific nations. No restrictions on types. All missions are distributed into 4 formats. So like I said, to get the blueprints of the vehicles, you've got to go through a certain set of missions. So the blueprints for the Union, blueprints for Bloc, Alliance and Coalition. But to get those blueprints for Union, you can only use Russian and Chinese tanks. To get the blueprints for the Bloc missions, you can only use German and Japanese tanks. For the Alliance, it is American, United Kingdom and Polish, and the Coalition is France, Sweden and Czechoslovakia. Now there are tier restrictions as well, as there were with the long-awaited backup. So with the Stug it was tier 4, tier 5 for the HTC and tier 6 for the 55A and 260. And the restrictions work in the same that for the Excalibur it is tier 6 to 10, for the Chimera it's tier 7 to 10, and for the Object it is tier 8 to 10. Now all these battles can be completed in the random battle modes. So obviously you can win the tanks as rewards. You know, you can get the vehicles we've talked about. In the long-awaited backup, you had to get the components. In the second front, you're looking at the blueprints, and not only can you get the vehicles, again, you can get the female crew members, and you can get other rewards such as premium consumables, premium days, and such of the like. So let's have a look now how I will try and work it out on my website. Now, if you've not seen my website before, it is saltyjedi.com, and I produced that for helping players out with the personal missions. I did that with the Stug all the way through the T28 to the Object 260, where I compiled the mission set, wrote down what tanks I used, and also gave hints and tips on how I did them. For example, if you look at the 260 and then you click on light tanks, for example, there it tells you what the battle is, what it was, and what I used it in, some hints and tips on that. I'm planning to do that for the new missions as well. So I've started working on the Excalibur. So if you click on the Excalibur, you click on the blueprint for the Coalition. At the moment, it's just brought up what the mission is, the name of the mission, the primary and secondary conditions. What I'm going to add to all the missions is whether they are a cumulative, one battle, or a number of battles, and that will also go on there. And once the missions are done, I will also put on what vehicles I used and some hints and tips around how I did those missions. One thing that is important to note is that in the long-awaited backup you could switch between missions, but because you've got accumulative missions or missions that require you to do over a number of battles, this is worth noting. So when changing or cancelling a mission of a particular type, all its progress will be reset and you will have to start over again. Now, along with the missions on the website, what I'm planning to do is also include some YouTube videos of the mission completions. Now feel free to also send me your videos of the mission completions when they become live, and you can use my replay site, which is in the link at the bottom of the screen. Anyway, let's hope these missions come out soon, and I'll keep you informed and keep you tracked on how I'm getting on and progressing with these missions as well, and updating my website. Take it easy, guys.